for the ride. It's not easy for someone to catch my eye, but I've been waiting for you for my.
Hey guys, so I made a video on how to make some super cute notebooks and how to decorate and DIY your school supplies. So if you want to see how to decorate some notebooks, a binder, and some folders, and a calculator, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is buy yourself some notebooks. These I just got at Target. They are the one subject college ruled 70 sheets. These are the notebooks I will be using for school. Then you are going to want to get some scrapbook paper. This is the Happy Memory Keeping from Michael's, and it just looks like this. There's just a bunch of super cute looking papers. So the ones I picked out for these are this cute purple one with this pretty drawing on the front, and then this one that says Here and Now. It's kind of ombre'd out. Then these pieces of paper have this scrapbooking like edge on them. So I'm going to use my paper cutter here and cut this edge off. So when lining up this edge, you want to be careful of what you're cutting off. So like if the quote was on this side, like it was on this one, I really had to be careful on how I cut it off. So when doing this as well, you want to make sure that this is perfectly lined up to this side and not like tilted like this. You want to make sure it's perfectly straight on the backboard. Then once you cut your trim off, you are left with a cute piece of paper. So then you're going to want to tape down your picture to the notebook with some like light tape, like masking tape, or I'm using this washi tape that I don't like, just to put it down so that it will remove without ripping this paper. So when taping the paper down, you want to make sure that this will be on the side. So if you need to trim some extra off the one end, you can also do that. And then I don't really worry too much about the sides hanging off because I'm going to trim them at the end. And then also I cover all of this except for if the black part sticks out, I'm not too upset about it. So now that I have it taped down, it doesn't have to be perfect. I'm going to open up the front cover and kind of pull it aside here. And then where these holes are, I'm going to trace it with the pencil. So when tracing it, I draw with the one hand, and then I hold this side up with the other just so that this is a flat surface. Also, when I'm tracing it, I like to use a mechanical pencil due to the fact that the lead sticks out so that you can get more precision and more towards the edge opposed to using a pencil and getting the holes too short or too small. Then once I have the holes traced, I'm just going to remove the tape and take the paper off. And then where the holes are traced, which you can't really see, I'm going to cut them out. When taking the tape off, you want to move really slowly and hold down the paper. This will avoid ripping the paper, and it will leave like a clean, nice type of surface. So then for my holes, my hole punch won't reach that far into the paper. For this one it might, but for my previous ones it didn't. So if you just want to use an X-Acto knife or a knife or whatever on your surface to cut the holes out. So my hole punch happened to reach these holes this time. So if they do, then you can go ahead and use a hole punch. This might be a better choice because it might get the notebook closer to how you want it, opposed to the big holes where the paper kind of moves around on the notebook. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. So then while I'm gluing, I like to use a binder to help keep it sturdy. So I'm going to put my notebook in the holes. Doing this with one hand because my tripod is broken, so this is really hard. So then once that's in the holes, I also like to put my paper on top just to see where it fits on the paper, and then if any glue is going to show or anything like that. And then I like to close it as well, and this will help also keep more precision when gluing. So with the paper out of the way, the paper over here, I'm going to put hot glue on this surface, flip the paper over onto the notebook, and then make sure the holes are how I want it and the blue is not showing on the side, and then press it all down to let the glue dry. So when gluing, it's really important to get all the edges even right here, and then like as much of the middle as you can without it drying really fast. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna need another glue stick and glue the edges. Then I'm just going to press down this over the glue, which my glue dried way too fast, so yeah, I'm gonna have to redo it. If when you're pressing down the paper, if the glue feels hot under the paper, then that means it's gonna stick. So make sure it feels hot, if not you might have to redo it. Then I'm just gonna open the binder and take the notebook out and open this up and cut off the excess all around the edges. Then once you have the excess of your notebook cut off, you're all finished. I'm going to do the purple one really quick and then I'll show you the other ones that I have made. So here's the finished product. This is the first one I made, then I made this one second, and then this is the one I filmed, and then I just got done making this one. They do not take very long. I want to say they take like 10, maybe 15 minutes each, which sounds like a very long time, but by the time I got to this one, I think this one took like 5 minutes. So you can do them really quick, especially if you have a hole punch that reaches far like this one. I used the hole punch, so this one probably took like 5 minutes. And then these ones took a little longer, like maybe 10, 15. Maybe 30 minutes do all 4 of them. That's not very long at all. So they're just really cute and they're personalized. Nobody else is going to have a notebook that looks like any of these because you can't buy them because you made them. So now I'm going to do this binder, which should be way easier because it has the pockets, opposed to having to glue these on and cutting the holes out. In this, you don't have to do that. So for the binder, I found this piece of paper, which I really loved this whole time. And then I found this little quote on a different sheet, but it had like other stuff on it like this. So I just cut it off and then I'm going to put it on here. So I glued this down and then I actually have this little, notebook by the same brand as the book with this paper in it, and it has like the little stickers in it, so I'm gonna find some that will match, maybe like some of these flowers, and put them along like around it like a border. So I just added some plant stickers on the side. I did have some flower ones on here, but I realized I didn't like them, so what was really nice is they peeled off without ripping the paper. And I actually just stuck them like back on the paper. I am just gonna stick this paper inside the folder little plastic thing. When putting the paper in the plastic, you want to make sure that this paper layer on top doesn't get caught, otherwise it could rip it off, like this sticker did. And there's the finished look. So now I'm gonna decorate the folders, and as you can see, I tried to pull off the label off that one, and that happened. But I have 2 others that I already decorated, and I figured out an easy way to pull off the labels. So it's a really slow, long process, but you basically just want to very carefully like edge it over and keep it like down like this. Like the slower you do it, the better. And if you want to pull this really tight close to the like folder, and then it will come off without doing that, because that is the worst and so annoying. So now that the label is off, I've avoided using hot glue and paper like I did with these notebooks. Instead, I decorated them with stickers. It's not nearly as cute as the notebooks, I know, but the plastic folders, it kind of just like comes right off. It is not going to last in your backpack. So I just have these cute stickers in this book, and as you can see eventually, like on this page I've already used a bunch. I think I'm feeling this first page, but like depending on your color of folder will depend on the stickers you're going to want to use. So I'll just show you the other ones I made already. So this one is like plants kind of, because it's green, I was feeling it. And then this one I really like. It has a little watermelon everywhere, and it says wander often, wonder always, and I just thought that was really cute. So for this folder I put Celebrate Today on it. I think Celebrate was up here and Today was down here, but they really go together because Celebrate Today is what people say a lot. And then I just put stickers around it and called it good. So then I actually really like this red one, how it turned out. It says, on to the next adventure, and it has a bunch of like fall time looking flowers on it. It says, collect beautiful moments, and it has cute little leaves and flowers on it. That's just a case though, like that's not the actual calculator. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you got some inspiration. So if you do decorate any notebooks or folders or binders or anything, I want to see pictures. Instagram and Twitter will be down below and you can share them to me. So thank you for watching. Mwah!